In the previous part, we saw that Gu saved Song's life and Jan is standing there watching, after which she starts crying and leaving from there. Then Gu's eyes fall on Jan, seeing she is crying. He moves forward to ask the reason in the same song, Sing Ga. She recognizes that this is the same boy who used to play piano in her childhood and she is constantly smiling thinking about Ga. The same Jan cries a lot when she comes home because she is missing Ga. Saying this, Zio realizes that Yen loves Ga. We see that seeing Yen crying, Luffy also comes to this world after time traveling and he falls directly in front of Song's car where his nose starts bleeding. Seeing that, Song gets down from the car and starts asking about his condition. But Luffy runs away from there and Song feels as if she has met Luffy before and thinks about him only then. In the next scene, we see that while thinking about Yanja, she hits her scooter with Sue's car and when Sue gets down to see her, seeing Sue in front of her, she starts abusing him. Jan says that because of you, I am in this condition today. If you had not acted like that day, I would have been with Gu today. In saying this, Jan goes away from there by kicking him. Seeing which, Jan asks the reason for his coming, then Luffy tells that I saw you crying in my world. That is why I came here. Jan realizes that Luffy also remembers something, not whatever happened before. Luffy also tells that he also saw a guy's accident, on which Jan says that I will not let anything happen to Gu under any circumstances. No matter what I have to do for him, and she tells Luffy that we have to bring Guyan and Song closer as soon as possible so that their story can move forward for the promotion of her chicken shop. And then Sue notices January. So he goes to her and starts taking the pamphlet, but Yen does not want to give him the pamphlet. So Sue forcefully takes the pamphlet and he tells him that I will definitely come to your chicken shop. After which, he goes to Guy's office and forcefully takes him to Yan's restaurant so that he can meet Jan again, where Yen gets shocked to see Sue and Gu together and starts hiding from them so that they do not recognize her. But then Sue tells the manager that he has to order from the same girl and their orders are very large. So the manager forcefully tells Yen sends to them, where Yen keeps putting her hands on her face continuously. Seeing this, he tells Guy that she was looking so cute. When she talks with her hands on her face, Gu says that it is nothing like that and he tells Jan that the fried chicken you gave him got burnt a little. If so, please bring me less fried chicken. Jan goes to get it and when she comes back again, she sees Guy happily eating the fried chicken he was calling jail, seeing which Jan says that you did not like it but he does not say that it tastes very delicious. After which, Sue asks, why are you putting your hands on your face? Then Jan says that I have a cough and I don't want you guys to get it too, on which Sue starts smiling. After seeing next day, Sue again comes to Jan's restaurant with Guyan where Guy is talking about something. Jan keeps her attention towards him to listen to him and his hand gets burnt, due to which Sue brings bandage for him. Then he gets a call from the office and he leaves. All of the board members are sitting in the office and they are pressurizing Sue to convey Guyan to leave praise 2 and go to praise 3 so that when Sue doesn't say anything, all the board members start humiliating him. After which, Sue is sitting in his office thinking the same thing when he gets a panic attack and starts looking for his inhaler, but he does not find it. Then Jan comes there for food delivery and seeing Sue in this condition, she gives him the medicine. She cures his health by giving him an inhaler. After this, he tells Sue Yen that my board members are putting pressure on me to leave a position in medicine and move ahead. Hearing this, Jan realizes that Sue is innocent and is being pressured and forced to commit all these mistakes. So she tells him that I do not know much about this, but I would just like to tell you that you don't play with anyone's life. And Sue starts telling him about the things of the board of member and asks him to sign on the medicine file, to which Go refuses. So Sue convinces him all these things are there. Jan is standing there listening and she comes inside and starts telling Sue that I told you to do good deeds so that no one gets harmed in that guy in hand. She catches him and takes him out of there. Where Gu asks her that you are a flower delivery girl, then how do you know so much about this project? Gu is actually suspicious of Jan, that how could a common girl know about this, in which Jan makes some excuse and leaves from there. Next scene, we see the guy comes to Sue's office and says that you have to convince the investor that we cannot leave the second phase and go to the third, and he takes out the coin and shows it and says that many years ago when you had done a research and there was talk of damaging it or taking it forward. Then our decision was taken by this coin, and today again, I want to take the decision with this coin only whether you will accept or reject their proposal. And he rotates the coin there and goes away without checking whether the coin is yes or. After that, we see that Sue goes to the meeting of the board of directors and clearly tells them that we will not do any such research which can endanger the lives of children. And if you want to withdraw your hands from this company, so you can remove it because your stay or absence will not have any impact on this company, which he says by showing them a file on which investors are very angry, but they cannot do anything because this is true. Actually, there is no number on the coin, but Su Yan's words have such an impact that he goes and refuses all the investors. After which Su goes to meet Yan, where Yan is angry at him that she must have accepted the proposal. But when he tells Su she is very happy and Gu is standing at a distance and watching all this, that's where Su sees him standing and hears a voice. Then Yan goes away from there and Guy says, "What is going on between you two?" On which Su says that I don't know why Yan doesn't like me so much while I do so. Didn't do anything. The scene progresses and we see that Jan and Su are waiting to go on vacation when Song comes there, who is a little shocked to see Jan asking if she will also go with us. Then Jan extends her hand to him. She mixes and starts praising Song that you are very beautiful and I am your big fan. After which Guy also comes there and all four go on vacation. After going to the hotel, they are given separate rooms for boys and separate rooms for girls, and Guzzy also reaches there who is given a separate room. While Guyan and Su are talking in the swimming pool, Su keeps talking about Jan, to which Guyan asks, "Why do you like that girl so much?" Su says she doesn't know, but whenever I try to talk to her, she only thinks bad about me and doesn't understand me about it. On the other hand, we see that Jan and Song were also sitting and talking in the swimming pool. While Jan tells Song that you and Guyan are a perfect couple, and Song is happy to hear all this. We see that Song calls Guyan to a room to impress him, but he leaves from there. On the other hand, Jan is hesitant to go into that room because she knows that Song and Gu will be together. So Su sees her outside in the cold and gives her his jacket and says that you sleep in my room and I will sleep in the car, and saying this gives her the key to his room and goes away from there. Next, we see Luffy searching for Jan and comes to his house where Aseo tells him that Jan and everyone has gone on vacation. So Luffy also turns to go there. Then Aseo says that they will come back tomorrow, so it would be a bit strange to go and pick him up, to which Luffy says, "Yes, you do fine," and then he leaves from there. The next morning, we see that after getting rid of Song, Guyan also sleeps in the car with Su, and the same Lu Fai also comes early in the morning and remains sleeping there in his car so that he can take Guyan back with him. Only then Song goes there. When she peeks into her car, Luffy wakes her up and asks, "Have you come here following me?" And if so, then I came here with Guyan who left me here and went to who knows where. Luffy just says something in his defense that he finds out that Guyan left Song and went somewhere. So he starts asking where he could leave you and go. Then Song tells that I saw him going to Yen. Then Luffy runs angrily towards Yen where he is talking to Yen. Luffy punches Guyan without thinking. Then Yen starts saving Guyan, seeing which Luffy gets very angry as to why Yen is supporting Guyan leaves from there. Seeing all this, Song understands that Guyan and Luffy are fighting for her, so she starts explaining to Luffy that you should not do this to me at all. Luffy doesn't know why he is doing all this, but Song keeps wandering in her own thoughts and she says that you have come so far for me, so I will go back with you, and she goes to her car, sits in. On the other hand, we see that Guyan is looking at his injury, and Yen says that she apologizes on Luffy's behalf, to which Guyan says that you don't even know him then. Why are you apologizing for him then? She says, "No, I know him, but I cannot explain my relation to him to you." Then Su comes and says that we should go, after which we see that Yen is sitting on the back seat. Then Guyan also sits near her, seeing what Shu gets angry. Guyan also sits behind with both of them. In the next scene, we see that all the board members are telling Su that some other company has completed research on this medicine, and they have left the second phase and moved to the third phase. After hearing this, Su gets shocked and he comes and tells his friend, Guyan, that we will also have to leave the third and second phase and go to the third. Only then we will be able to complete our research on medicine. To which Guyan says, "No, I can't do this." And Sue starts shouting at him and says that I am the CEO of this company, and whatever decision I take, you will have to do it. And he comes out shouting where all the employees ask boss what has happened. On Twitch, Sue says that I need research on this medicine as soon as possible. And there he gives this project to a girl, Axiom Selshnaboyj. Joe goes and tells Guyan that we did not want this project, but the boss has put a lot of burden on us by handing over this project to us, on which Q says no one, you do your work, and he leaves from there. In the next scene, we see that Axiosi is behind all these things, so Jan follows him everywhere. Guyan takes Axiosi out for coffee to talk about the medicine. There too, Jan is following these two, and then Axiosi meets. Here ends part 4 of the drama. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and check out our other selection of recaps.